Hello everyone, you are about to hear a brief summary of the film Replacement 2: The Last Lesson. Enjoy watching. Two cars race through the streets of New York. A woman is being chased by armed thugs who have hidden their faces with hoods worn backward. The bandits stopped the car and were about to hijack it, but history teacher Randall Thomason tried to stop them. The perpetrators know him. The teacher also recognized the students and asked them to lower their guns, but when the woman ran out of the car, they wounded her in the leg. Thomason decided to take the guns by force. But one of the attackers shot the man. The accomplice scolded the thug, who fired a few more shots and also grabbed some cash. A witness to the murder immediately called the police. At the funeral of the former soldier, the flag was presented to his daughter Anna. Supporting her were her boyfriend Danny and the teacher Kara. The brother of the murdered teacher, Carl, also showed up. From Kara, he learned that his brother worked with troubled teenagers, one might even say unruly ones. So today, they probably have a celebration. Anya always thought that her uncle would be killed first, since he is a professional mercenary who constantly risks his life in third world countries. Carl was walking near the school and saw some guys harassing a girl, but she refused his help. Instead, the guys wanted to have a talk with him. "Are you talking to me?" "Yeah, you loser. What are you doing here?" "Just walking." The hooligans insistently advised the man to get out of there. But they immediately calmed down when a police car drove up from behind. They returned wearing hoods and opened fire on Carl. Fortunately, he didn't hesitate and knocked the pistol out. After this incident, Carl met with his friend Joey 6, a fellow soldier of fortune like himself. Joey will help him investigate his brother's murder. "I'm glad we're together, and I'm glad you're here." Carl promised his niece that he would find the criminal and punish him. Joy found out that a gang, calling themselves the Brotherhood, operates in the school. They wear hoodies backwards and make holes in the hoods. These are the guys who attacked Randall, and many of them attend the same school. Carl visited Kara and learned that no one wants to take his brother's class yet. He thought about becoming a teacher for a while to infiltrate the school. Carl would forge documents, and Kara would help him get the job. At the school, the mercenary met the gym teacher Warren, who also runs the auto repair shop. He wished him good luck working with these unruly teenagers. In the special wing, the guards allow teachers only with a special pass. Next, a check with the metal detector. Noise is coming from each classroom, and the teachers are close to being overwhelmed. Finally, Carl found the right classroom. In his class, there isn't a single white student, only black students and a few Latino students. One thug reluctantly turned off the music, while another didn't want to share his drink with the teacher. "Am I like Dr. Pepper? This isn't a freeloader zone for bums. Stop bothering me." Dreadlock guy had a cast on his arm. Apparently, he's the outcast who tried to shoot Carl. The teacher took out a yo-yo and explained that 400 years ago this toy was a weapon. Then he broke a bottle with it. "Next time, bring enough for everyone." Carl showed that he's not so simple. And the tough guys tensed up. The man met with his colleagues who clearly don't enjoy their work. "Let me give you some advice. Come and go. The main thing is, you survived. You aren't paid for more here." Only the gym teacher is optimistic and believes these kids can still be turned around. Joe, the late Randall Thomason, thought so too. And where is he now? Kara also met the Pole, Frank Pierogowski. Unexpectedly, the lady invited him on a date. Lenny drove up to the house in a cool red car. The girl was surprised at how he got Granny's Mustang. The soldiers tracked the bandits who arrived at some warehouse. There, the thugs were tormenting a witness who saw the teacher's murder. The boss is asking why the worker called the cops, why he decided to set them up. Tiny B was already about to smash the witnesses, was about to bash his head in, but then Joey 6 came out and ordered him to back off the guy. Joey pointed to the laser sight dot, and when a couple of gangsters made a move, Carl shot them with a rifle. The soldier tricked them and pretended there was a whole squad of snipers in the warehouse. Little B was convinced that this was no joke and freed the beaten man. Anya is hanging out with her boyfriend. She let slip that one of her relatives is trying to find out who killed her father. In the evening, the bandits stole another car. Joey was tailing them. Meanwhile, Carl was having fun with his. with his colleague. Joey distracted him and told him to come to the school. The stolen car was delivered to the school by truck. Joey also recorded the thieves' conversation. An attack is being prepared on Carl, so he needs to be on alert. As soon as the teacher entered the classroom, Dreadlocked grabbed his stomach and went out supposedly to the bathroom. In reality, he let street bandits inside. Today, Maze refused to turn off the music on his boombox, so Carl just grabbed him and threw him out the window. The angry thug pulled out a butterfly knife and started twitching. Carl, without straining, twisted his arm and disarmed him. After taking the weapon, Carl gave Maze his yo-yo in return. A weapon is not a toy. Dreadlocked didn't return to class for a long time, and the teacher went to the restroom to check on him, to see if he hadn't drowned. When he drowned, Carl knew what was coming, so he took off his watch in advance, and the bandits couldn't catch him off guard. Carl put the last attacker in a chokehold and asked who killed the previous teacher, but received no answer. The janitor crawled out of the ventilation. He was shocked by the new teacher's methods, especially since he is familiar with Green Beret techniques. He also served in special forces in the 70s. They are clearly not school children anymore, and you are clearly not just a teacher. Carl lied that he had a special government mission here. The thugs were sure that their teacher had already been torn to pieces, but Carl returned to the class as if nothing had happened. Is the receiver expensive? No, it's stolen. Mace is actually not a dumb guy. He apologized for his behavior, and the teacher suggested he leave the gang. But in the student's opinion, he still has no other options. He can't get out of this mess. The janitor cleaned everything and hid the bodies. Because of this, the friends don't believe Dreadusty that he even let someone in here. The janitor has the Vietnam syndrome, and he perceives ventilation shafts as tunnels he crawled through in his youth. In his little closet, he even set up a small museum dedicated to his military service. Carl realized that this was one of his own, so he admitted that the murdered teacher was his brother. The janitor said that for 4 months, someone has been coming here at night. Carl asked him to find out what's going on here. The next day, one of the hooded guys attacked Danya and threatened her to make her friend back off. The girl doesn't understand how the gangsters could have guessed that she and Carl are somehow connected. She didn't tell anyone about it. Her uncle decided that it's better for her not to attend school for now. At night, the janitor led the mercenary into the school and invited Carl to go into the auto repair shop through his hiding place. That's where they dismantled the stolen cars, and the gym teacher is in charge of the process. They've set up a real assembly line here. At that moment, Dante called the Asian and said they have problems. The car thieves ran into the police and Mesa was shot, which only works in their favor. After all, the cops were set on them by the gym teacher, because Maze wanted to leave the gang. The next day, all his classmates behaved quietly and calmly. The guy took a risk. Unlucky. Next. Today, Dante decided to tell the white guy how hard life is for them in the ghetto, and that the teacher doesn't understand them. Kara is an interesting lady. She used to date the murdered teacher. Now she's hitting on Carl. And before that, she had something with the gym teacher. But he rejected her. I don't bite, really. The mercenary asked the woman to dig around in the computer and find any information on the gym teacher. And Kara found out something interesting. Carl said he would come over, but the gym teacher was the first to visit her. Warren noticed that his ex got close with the historian and politely asked to tell about him. The thug beat the woman and forced her to say that the substitute teacher is Randall Thomason's brother. Kara tried to escape to the second floor, but the villain wouldn't let her catch her breath. Extracting all the information from Kara, the criminal shot her in the stomach. After that, Warren called the hoodlums and ordered them to get rid of the historian. Meanwhile, Anya went to her boyfriend. Once again, she managed to preserve her virginity. And when Danny stepped away to the bathroom, she found an item that belonged to her father. The girl continued to rummage through Danny's things and soon discovered a hood with eye slits. She started asking questions. Why did the scoundrel kill her dad? It turns out Danny just wanted money and the teacher was in his way. He is not part of the Brotherhood. With a regular hood, any crime can easily be pinned on them. The thug decided to stab Anya, but fortunately, her dad taught her karate, and thanks to that, she was able to save herself. It turns out the gym teacher was also a military man. He served in the Marine Corps. At home, Anya taught her uncle who really killed her father. He framed the fraternity, killed her dad, and stole the car. But we also need to deal with the car theft gang. The comrades arrived at the school, and an entire army with rifles came here after them. During the first shootout, one of the bandits was killed and Joey was wounded. Our heroes took cover in the chemistry lab. Carl placed a methane tank at the door, and when the shooter fired a burst from his gun, the entire crowd was blown away by the explosion. The trio managed to get down to the basement, where the janitor keeps the museum arsenal. Carl killed one of the attackers, and Joey shot 2 others. The old Kalash jammed, so it had to be discarded. The same happened with the rifle. The bandits were about to finish them off, but the gas grenades, which the janitor had placed in advance, came to the rescue. The soldiers retreated, using Tiny B's body as cover. The other bandits were poisoned by the gas. The impact. In the morning, Warren was teaching in the auto shop as if nothing had happened, but then Carl appeared and accused him in front of the students of murdering the teacher Kara. The gym teacher accidentally let slip that he was the one who persuaded Danny to take out Randall Thomason. Warren tried to grab a gun, but Carl did not allow him. A fight broke out between the soldiers, during which the historian burned the gym teacher's eye with a light bulb. Carl punched the opponent in the face, but he does not give up. When they moved to the yard, the Asian stabbed Carl in the shoulder with a screwdriver, but was knocked out with a sound pipe. After some time, Warren came to his senses and grabbed a wrench, but Carl silenced him with a screwdriver. The kids watched the bloody fight between the teachers and went back to their classes, while the hooligans were left without their gang. At her father's grave, Anya asked Carl to stay at her house and at least partially take her father's place. Ad asta ducrosta, nalostiau.